Good morning, welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, May 1st, May Day, also known as Beltane. Good morning, Mary. How you doing? Feeling better today? Oh goodness, yesterday was not good, so missed you all. Oh, I'm so sorry. Summertime here in Virginia, and I volunteer at the library today. Time for new books for me and here. As long as you don't overdo it. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well. Shoot. Well, you need to reward yourself for being a good girl and going out and about today. So, today's Thursday. We're looking at fantasy and science fiction. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They will go for 2.5 hours, per usual. All right. First up, I'm sending you good healing vibes, Mary. Golden white light surrounding you, healing you, giving you comfort. The Floating World by Axie O. First in the Floating World series, or duology. We don't know. Son who lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness. An ex-soldier, he can remember little of his life from before 2 years ago when he woke up alone with only his name and his sword. Now he does odd jobs to scrape by until he comes across the score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for any mercenary who can hunt down a girl who wields silver light. Meanwhile, far to the east, Ren is a cheerful and spirited acrobat traveling with her adoptive family and performing at villages. But everything changes after one of their festival performances when the village is attacked by a horrific human-like demon. In a moment of fear and rage, Ren releases a blast of silver light, a power she has kept hidden since childhood, and kills the monster. But her efforts are not in time to prevent her adoptive family from suffering a devastating loss, or to save her beloved uncle from being grievously wounded. Determined to save him from succumbing to the poisoned wound, Ren sets off over the mountains where the creature came from, and from where Ren herself fled 10 years ago. Her path sets her on a collision course with Sunho, but he doesn't realize she's the girl that he and 100 other swords for hire are looking for. As the two grow closer through their travels, they come to realize that their pasts and destinies are far more intertwined than either of them could have imagined. And I forgot to click on it. We'll give it its moment here. I was wondering if the antibiotic just made absolutely nauseous. Does that mean you're allergic to it? Last day was yesterday. Okay, so already feeling much better. Sometimes the cure is worse than the problem. Ugh. Okay, as long as it's the last one. Okay, I skipped one. We'll go back. What a day we're having. The Lost Saint by Rachel Craw. Anna should be enjoying her last summer before college. Instead, she's stuck with her ex on a prepaid trip in Germany. She's determined to make the best of it, visiting castles outside Hamburg and drinking in the local myths of medieval saints and miracles. On the night of the summer solstice, as a meteor streaks across the sky, how many portents do we need? Anna and her friends decide to attend a party in the sacred caves of Aden Forest. Girl, you're asking for it. Look at all these things. Suddenly, an earthquake strikes and scatters the partygoers. They stumble outside straight into a snowy landscape where a furious battle rages. In the chaos, Anna is separated from the group and comes face to face with Leon, a wounded holy warrior, and realizes she's been transported to the 14th century. Anna and Leon must set aside their mistrust to search for safe passage away from the vicious Northmen who are pursuing both of their groups. As sparks begin to fly between them, Anna faces more dangers in the form of scheming lords, suspicious townfolk, miracles she appears to be causing, and even Leon, who begins to wonder if this beautiful girl might be a saint or something far more sinister. Nothing is as it seems, and Anna finds herself caught in a power struggle between the church, the men of the north, and a magnetic young lord who is determined to use her as a bargaining chip. With home looking ever more unreachable, Anna must determine who she is, whom she loves, and what she's willing to sacrifice to return to the present. Sort of Outlander-ish. The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Penner, second, I believe. Oops. In a series. Mary asks how I'm doing. I'm doing okay. I'm just kind of tired. Like the cover for The Lost Saint. Yes, me too. Good morning, Elena. How are you doing? Good to see you. Haven Ambrose, a trailblazing nautical archaeologist, has come to the sun-soaked village of Positano to investigate the mysterious shipwrecks along the Amalfi coast. But Haven is hoping to find more than old artifacts beneath the azure waters. She is secretly on a quest to locate a trove of priceless gemstones her late father spotted on his final dive. Upon Haven's arrival, strange maelstroms and misfortunes start plaguing the town. Is it nature or something more sinister at work? As Haven searches for her father's sunken treasure, she begins to unearth a centuries-old tale of ancient sorcery and one woman's quest to save her lover and her village by using the legendary art of Strigaria, a magical ability to harness the ocean. Could this magic be behind Positano's latest calamities? Haven must unravel the Amalfi curse before the region is destroyed forever. And Elena says, I mean Mary. Yes. And Mary says, hi, Elena. And you're good. Good. Good to hear. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Toward the Night by James Swallow, fourth in this series featuring this TV show. While patrolling the borders of the Klingon Empire, Captain Christopher Pike and the crew of the USS Enterprise record a series of subspace echoes from a planet orbiting a volatile flare star, and when Lieutenant Spock and Commander Una Chin Riley lead a landing party to learn more, they discover the ruins of a dead civilization and evidence of starship-grade metals, quite possibly a crash site. As they continue to investigate the strange signals, Spock and Una find shocking signs of dangerous alien life and remnants of what could only be Federation hardware. The trail soon leads Pike and Enterprise's helmsman Lieutenant Erica Ortegas deep into the mystery of a lost Starfleet vessel, missing in action for over 90 years, and to a terrible dilemma that will challenge the crew to question their past and their future. It's not the USS Bozeman, that's a different episode. End of that row. Manzacar by R. Lehem, first in the Slave Soldier series. I kind of like that cover too. The Gohari are a race of nomadic, pansexual people with inherent magic who are suffering at the hands of the kingdom of Anzor's angry god, Senk. By harnessing the nomad skills in horsemanship and archery, Anzor has built a powerful elite class of slave soldiers who are above and beyond any other kingdom's army, the Manzacars. Sold into slavery to save his nomad family from starving, Tikrin becomes a Manzacar, believing that they are warriors of justice. However, as he campaigns in Gohar, the land of his birth, he realizes that not only is Anzor using the Manzacars to persecute the nomads, but it's also exploiting the Gohari by enslaving them and stealing their magic, the essence, to be the most powerful kingdom on the continent. As the most celebrated Manzacar in Anzor and the king's personal bodyguard, Tikrin must decide if he's willing to forfeit his dreams of glory, as well as his own life and the lives of those he loves, to stand up for what he believes in and fight for the oppressed people of Gohar. Journey of the Forsaken Rose by Kenneth Kelly. Dog trainer. Okay, somebody didn't proofread this. Dog trainer and former soldier Graf is exiled from society, cast into the Wanwood, a cursed forest in another world teeming with horrific monsters and other dangerous obstacles. But Graf is not alone. As he embarks deeper into the seemingly endless forest, searching for any sign of civilization or refuge, he meets bizarre allies, a love-struck shapeshifter, and a supernatural helper known simply as the Traveler. Will Graf and his companions find refuge in Sanctuary, a safe haven for the lost to Uri? Or might some things be too good to be true? Could a sinister secret jeopardize Graf's newfound paradise? The Beastly Crown by Inez Johnson. 13th in the Lunaterra Chronicles. She was only meant to take the royal wedding gown, not wear it. Belle never dreamed of ballrooms or crowns. She dreamed of seams and silks, of becoming the most sought-after dressmaker in all of Solmain. But when the Fey princess, sorry, I have an itch, flees her arranged marriage, Belle is left holding the wedding gown. As the fearsome beast prince prowls towards her, looking to collect his bride, it's either pretend to be the fairy princess so her dress gets a chance to be seen by potential new clients, or get sent back home poor and empty-handed. She only has to hold the lie while the guards hunt down the runaway. But standing before the Beast Prince with his powerful form and disarming mix of gruffness and vulnerability, Belle discovers something she didn't bargain for, a heart that might finally understand hers. Born cursed in a partial shift between man and beast, Prince Adam of Pridehaven has resigned himself to a marriage he never wanted. Marrying the Fey princess chosen by the moon god is the only way to break his family's curse and rid the land of the trolls that plague them. Love has no place in his life. But the woman standing before him is nothing like he imagined. Spirited, sincere, and entirely captivating. Yes, it's insta-lust. Against all odds, Adam's frozen heart begins to thaw. Too bad secrets have a way of unraveling even the most carefully stitched plans. Belle isn't the real princess, and marrying Adam won't break his curse, leaving the fate of his kingdom and both their futures at stake. Oh, but I'm sure they get a happily ever after. Mary says, Star Trek Forever sure is a powerful brand. It created an amazing universe. Mary, I like that cover there. Yep. The Manzikar cover. Yep. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good today. Secrets of the Deadly Nightshades by Heather G. Harris and Ella Stone. Second in Witchlight Magical Mysteries. Witchlight Cove, where the coffee's strong, the magic is unpredictable, and the bodies keep piling up. Witchlight Cove was meant to be a fresh start. Instead, I've stumbled on a long-lost grandfather and discovered that my best friend has been keeping a huge secret. As if that weren't enough, the Eternal Flame, the town's most important magical artifact, and the very one I'm supposed to be guarding, has vanished. And now a body has turned up, complete with vampire bite marks. I'd love to say I've got everything under control, but I'm barely keeping my life together. My magic is wonky at best, my retriever is more sensible than I am, and Fraser Banks, the town's dangerously attractive Selkie, keeps showing up at the worst possible moments. He seems determined to save me, which is completely unnecessary because I do not need a savior, even if having one might be nice. Meanwhile, a secret guild of assassins, a coven of questionable witches, and a murder suspect who might actually be innocent are all vying for my attention. The deeper I dig, the more I realize this town's secrets weren't meant to be uncovered. Then walk away. End of that row. The Wastes by M.R. Forbes, fourth in the Starship in Stone series. Thomas and his crew face their most dangerous quest yet. Morgana's forces are searching for something ancient and powerful, and they need to get there first. Some boundaries were never meant to be crossed. The Wastes, a cosmic dead zone where sensors can't be trusted and those who enter rarely return. As Excalibur ventures into this treacherous domain, Thomas must navigate not only the physical dangers but also mysteries that have remained hidden since long before Arthur's time. With Turquin in relentless pursuit and tensions mounting among allies pushed to their limits, Thomas and his crew must rely on every skill, every resource, and every bond they've forged to survive. What they discover could change everything. Colony by Ron Wolfe. There's life on Mars. Adam Flynn is the only human ever born on Mars. After 17 years of isolation with only a handful of scientists for company, the arrival of new colonists is a dream come true, until that dream becomes a nightmare. Beneath the planet's barren surface, something ancient stirs, something hungry. When an alien swarm ravages the colony, Adam finds himself leading a band of teenage survivors in a desperate battle against an enemy that doesn't just kill, it can think, plan, and burrow its way into human minds. Ugh. This adrenaline-fueled sci-fi blah blah blah. And blurbage. Broken Souls and Bones by L.J. Andrews, first in a series of the same name. Lyra, we'll say Lyra, being intended to live a quiet life to avoid the attention of the magic-obsessed king in the fortress of Stonegate, until Rourke Ashwood, the prince's silent guard and rumored killer for the crown, invades her village and uncovers the truth behind the silver scars in her eyes. Scars in her eyes. To save her best friend from death, she's forced to reveal her abilities and is immediately claimed by the crown as the next Melder. To be the king's Melder is to be revered and feared in equal measures, but above all, it is a slow death sentence. Lyra is determined to find a way to free herself and her friends from bondage. But first, she must get more information from the silent, brooding sentry who first took her captive, Rourke. As Lyra gets closer to Rourke, she soon learns he's nothing like she assumed, and in fact everything she needs. The more they work as allies, the harder it becomes to ignore the growing passion between them. After a sinister truth is revealed, Rourke and Lyra must choose to stand against all they know, or accept their dark destiny. City of All Seasons by Oliver K. Langmead and Aaliyah Whiteley. And lots of blurbage. Welcome to Jamie Pike's Fair Harbor, a city stuck in perpetual winter, its windows and doorways bricked shut to keep out the freezing cold, its residents striving to survive in the Arctic conditions. Welcome to Esther Pike's Fair Harbor, a city stuck in constant summer, its walls crumbling in the heat, its oppressive sunlight a relentless presence. Winter and summer alike have both fallen under the yoke of oppressive powers that have taken control after the cataclysm. But both fair harbors were once a single united city, and in certain places, at certain times, one side can catch a glimpse of the other. As Jamie and Esther find a way to communicate across the divide, they set out to solve the mystery of what split their city in two, and what, if anything, might repair their fractured worlds. End of that row. I'm just thinking physics is probably saying that's not possible, but One Way Witch by Nnedi Okorafor. I apologize for not doing that last name very well. The world has forgotten Onyesonu. As a teen, Najiba learned to become the beast of wind, fire, and dust, the Konyongo. When that took too much from her, including the life of her father, she let it all go, and for a time she was happy, until only a few years later, when the small normal life she'd built was violently destroyed. Now in her 40s and years beyond the death of her second husband, Najiba has just lost her beloved daughter. Onyesonwu saved the world. Najiba knows this well, but the world does not. This is how the juju her daughter evoked works. One other person who remembers is Onyesonwu's teacher, Aro, a harsh and hard-headed sorcerer. Najiba has decided to ask him to teach her the mystic points, the powerful heart of sorcery. There is something awful Najiba needs to kill, and the mystic points are the only way. Najiba is truly her daughter's mother. When Aro agrees to help, Najiba is at last ready to forge her future, but first she must confront her past, for certain memories cannot lie in unmarked graves. I forgot to click on it. Sorry about that. We'll give it its moment. Silver scars in her eyes. Bad cataract surgery job. True. Like, how does that happen? Ew. I like the cover of City of All Seasons. Interesting concept for a change. True. It was original. And last one. Able-bodied soldier 4. Fourth, not coincidentally, by J. N. Chaney and Jason Ansbach. Suit up and move out. 10 years after saving humanity from the Thapari threat, legendary MOCOM instructor Titus Briggs discovers his elite pilots are failing against an enemy that's learned their weaknesses. When a grizzled Ranger staff sergeant with an uncanny tactical brilliance reminds Briggs of his own infantry roots, they forge an unlikely alliance that challenges the technological superiority of MOCOMs the MOCOMs have come to rely on. With time running out to stop a devastating anti-MOCOM weapon from deployment, Briggs must remember who he was before the machines, a soldier who succeeded not because of technology, but despite its absence. All right. And that is all. That is all we have for today. I am marked safe from buying any books from here, which is good. Lena says, 2 more days till the library book sale. Woohoo! I think I might go tomorrow after work and getting some new books from the library books. Indeed. Get a head start on that. Get the good stuff. And Mary says, sounds like a good time, Elena. I love library book sales. So many goodies to pick from. Know you will find lots of good things to get. Indeed. That is a... crossing my fingers for you. Well, that is all the time we have, and my phone is in the kitchen, so I better go grab it before it keeps going and going and going. Thank you so much for being here today. We will have Freeform Friday tomorrow. We'll look at more of the cozy mysteries from Monday. And, oops, there it goes. Have a good day guys. Again, sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Mary says that is book lovers heaven. Indeed. Love those things. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Don't be a bookworm. Be a bookie monster. Nom, nom, nom. Have a good day. God bless.